I want a refund on that $750 I paid them. But Barry Gordy was like, well, you ain't going to get it because the money's already spent. Matter of fact, I'm in a deficit right now, sending them out there to you. So you can wish and hope and pray, but you ain't going to get it. So y'all, I'm back in the DMV in my favorite spot. It's my most favorite spot to work, even to get my mind together. Now, I just got off the phone with my wife, okay, and Lulu has been with a dog sitter for the past couple of days, okay. The problem is that Lulu has been showing his arse since I've been gone. Now, don't get me wrong. He loves his sitter. He does. I love the sitter. Okay? But I leave for a couple of days and he's pissing all over the daggone house. That's a concern to me, Lou, because that's not what you do when we're together. Okay? But he's showing his ass. Okay? He's mad. I know he misses me. I miss him too. But don't piss all over my damn house. Like, I don't know what I'm going to do with this dog and his emotions. I don't. He going to make me send his ass to Caesar. Okay? And that's what he don't want me to do. Okay? Don't make me send him to the dog whisperer. Well, hello there, love bugs. Hello there, bellas. If you have not already done so, please remember to like, share the Facebook, subscribe, and visit uptopbeauty.com for these Mick shades in tortoise. And if you are not already a part of this book club, please hit the Patreon link below and or the join button here on the YouTube. And for a small monthly fee of $5, you babies, yes you, can be privy to all the shenanigans before the YouTube gets it, if the YouTube gets it. Now, let's continue talking about Smokey Robinson. First Motown release was on Marv Johnson, a strong, soulful local singer. Tune was called Come to Me. Damn if that sucker didn't hit all over the world. Problem though is that we still weren't set up for national sales. So Barry, still learning the ropes, brought himself a new suit, new tie, and flew to New York where he inked a distribution deal with United Artists. To get the contract, however, he signed over Marv. Now, Marv was a United artist. Barry kept producing hits. Merry-Go-Round, I Love the Way You Love, and You Got What It Takes. But they were all on United Artists. Barry was still missing the key. The key was still control. The key was also the Gordy family. When Barry first took me around to their place on Farnsworth at St. Antoine, close to downtown Detroit, I saw how they lived on top of a printing place run by Sister Esther and Brother Fuller. Everyone in the family was doing something, doing it intensely and doing it well. They took me in like I was one of their own. My own family was and is close, but I'd never seen anything like the Gordys. 4 sisters and 4 brothers who made it clear to their lovers and spouses and anyone else that their family came first. Again, this is a different Gordy. The Gordys took care of business, but mainly they took care of each other. Mother Gordy was political, strong-minded, smart, and independent. Pops Gordy was the spiritual spine, keeping everyone straight. You know what? I see you, Smokey Robinson. I see you. You ain't going to expose Berta Gordy for shit. You ain't going to expose Berta Gordy or the family for shit, because you know damn well that Pops was chasing after them little girls. You know he wanted to climb on top of the Florence. He was beautiful. When he shook your hand, you felt it. He was a brick mason, tough but tender, a cat who loved the Lord. In good times and bad, Barry went to Pops with his problems. I loved all of these people. They were both down home and determined. Barry's sisters were especially hip. As years went on, Anna would teach me about the real world. What the hell does that mean? Now, you know they say that Anna Gordy was freaked out now, and that she freaked out Marvin Gaye, and that's the reason why he was riding around the red light district with Jan picking up prostitutes. What the hell does that mean? Gwen was also my baby, as close as a sister. Lousy was a sweetheart and a strong-minded business lady to boot. Esther, married to prominent state legislator, was brilliant. She became my manager. Barry's brothers, George, Robert, and Fuller, became my brothers. At 17, a vulnerable turning point in my life, I was surrounded by this mightily motivated family. I was accepted. I was adopted. I was blessed to benefit from their desire to succeed. I'm talking to the hawk. Look at that fine thing over there. I say as we cruise down Woodward Avenue in Detroit, ain't she something? He picking up Claudette. They finna go on a date, all right? He talking to his car because remember, his car is his wingman. Hawk, look at that fine thing over there. Ooh, I can't wait to knock her down. I love her though, but ooh, I'm ready to send her to the moon. Ooh, with my mouth and my pickle. But her parents are strict. They got her believing only bad girls give it up before getting married. You and I know that's jive. Pulled over to the curb, whipped out my trusty Big Ten and started writing Bad Girl. Words started flowing, and I also heard a little melody. A little crude, Barry said to me the next day when I ran over to his house with the tune, but I think we can fix it. At first, that hurt my feelings. Hell, I'd been up all night with the song running round my head. Wasn't even able to concentrate on my date with Claudette. I was half convinced the tune was perfect, but Barry was enthusiastic. He fell in love with the concept. And when he went to the piano and started editing and expanding, I saw again that his song sense was more sophisticated than mine. I can see why Smokey has such a loyalty to Barry Gordy. I get it now. It was exciting to see Barry when he smelled a hit. The cat would start working like a beaver. Bad Girl was done in the doo-wop vein. In some sense, the tune marked the end of the Miracles doo-wop period and the start of our national career. It was our first national hit. When it broke big, though, Barry still didn't have a coast-to-coast sales link. So he sold distribution rights to Chess, the famous blues label out of Chicago. I never knew that. Real talk. This book is really giving. We were going out of our minds, overjoyed over success we never imagined would have come so quickly. You better get out on the road, said Barry. And naturally, because he was a manager and mentor, we listened to him. We went out there and died the death of a lonely lobster in boiling water. New York City, 1958. Apollo Theater, our first big-time gig. The Apollo was the acid test, the ultimate proving ground of soul singers, dancers, and comics. We weren't ready. Weren't nearly ready. We had our one little hit, but our routine was still raggedy. Didn't even have real arrangements for the house band. Now, don't forget, Murray Wells had told us, which we didn't know, I didn't know, okay, that the Miracles had bombed at the Apollo Theater. I never would think that. Okay, but now reading this, I understand why. They bombed because they just weren't ready and they were so new, and so was Barry Gordy in regards to management and molding his group. We were pitiful and I was petrified. I memorized the back wall of the Apollo perfectly, every crack, and paint blemish. I was too freaked out to look at the audience. Our dancing was jerky. Our stage presence was so wobbly. The owner, Mr. Schiffman, wanted his bread back, but he didn't get it. I don't care how short or weaselly Barry Gordy is, he ain't no sucker. And that makes him very, very sexy. Okay, even in his older age, I still look at him as a very sexy, dynamic man. I already knew that Barry Gordy was a bad boy in regards to not giving a fuck about your feelings. Okay, but I didn't know that he put that work in the streets. Smokey Robinson told us that Jackie Wilson and Barry Gordy were both in gangs in Detroit. Much respect. Considering the fact that Barry Gordy came from a family that was well-to-do, how the hell can you send these kids out here? He screamed over the phone at Barry when they're still amateurs. I want a refund on that $750 I paid them. But Barry Gordy was like, well, you ain't gonna get it because the money's already spent. Matter of fact, I'm in a deficit right now, sending them out there to you. So you can wish and hope and pray, but you ain't gonna get it. That's what I like about the Barry Gordy. We came home, our tail between our legs, our ass whipped, our spirits nearly broken. It's about paying dues, said Barry. Meanwhile, you need practice. You gotta work this shiz till you get it right. To us, the Apollo was a bitter pill to swallow, but to the kids in the neighborhood, we were heroes. After all, we'd made 3 records. You could hear us on the radio. Our little neighbor was especially interested in our success. I knew her because her folks had rented a flat from Mrs. Wiggins right down the street, the woman who gave me a job at Two Sisters Unique Store. Her tenants were the Ross family. You say that you love